Hi everyone, welcome back to a new series. This time we are returning to be the greatest detective in the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. We are to become the greatest detective of all time in the Testament of Sherlock Holmes, a twisting, turning investigation game set in the faithfully reproduced London of 1898. Suspected in a case involving theft, fraud and double-crossing, Sherlock Holmes will undergo a descent into hell in what will doubtlessly become one of his most thrilling cases yet. You will find all the elements of grand investigation, examine crime scene, find the clues, follow the trails, interrogate the suspects, and unveil the mystery behind the great adventure, led by a breathtaking story full of twists.
Oh, look! It's a book! Maybe it's a book about pirates with a treasure map.
So following on from the Sherlock Holmes series with Jack the Ripper, which seemed to go down well,
I don't think so.
We're back with a new case.
I wish that I had seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle. And so I decided to pick up my pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
It all began early one morning in 1898, when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis of Conyngham.
Watson, my dear fellow, we can now go and inform the Marquis that we have found the Samoan necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Baines, too, which pleases me.
Have you really solved the theft, Holmes? And so quickly?
I have indeed, Watson, and believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Baines thought was best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again the outcome has contradicted him.
After all these years of accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of thought. But in this particular case, I must admit that I don't understand anything at all.
Ah, you see, but you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference. It is a matter of course.
A matter of course? In the middle of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, the service bell within that room rings out and alerts the servants. They dress quickly and come running, but the door is locked and there is a strong smell of burning from within. A few seconds later, the master of the house himself, the robbed Marchioness's husband, the Marquis of Conyngham, arrives and unlocks the door using the sole key. A fire has started inside the room, but they have managed to arrive in time to put it out. It is at that moment that the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace, which had been safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier, has now disappeared.
In order to explain, let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
Okay, and so we move into the tutorial. Right, let's have a look around. Good to be back with Sherlock. Walk in a desired direction. Look at the broken showcase and click on it. We were just over there.
This window was cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
Yes. Oh, okay. So let's have a look for some of the clues. We got a. Here's the fire. They're obviously burning something. There's the bell that was pulled. Have a look at the window.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
That one's got a crack in it.
A mark, undoubtedly made by a diamond. Someone tried to cut the glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the window, but he was interrupted.
Maybe not quite so obvious, Watson. Oh, it's that really fancy fish tank. Look at that. I like that. What about this dressing? What do you call it? Ah, here we go. Now we've got the magnifying glass, or whatever this is. You can open your inventory. Okay, let's open our inventory. We have a magnifying glass, a pocket knife, and some matches. We can also review our previous conversations. Bits and bobs, that's obviously our investigation board. Menu is not available. Okay. Very similar to the previous game, so that's good. Right, should we go and have a little investigation near the piano? Oh, yes.
I need something.
Okay. Well, you could just kneel down, but that's obviously unbecoming of us, so let's use the magnifying glass.
Let us examine the crumpled scores that have fallen off the piano.
Let us. Okay. I'm not a musical person. I'll just go through it just in case Sherlock then goes, aha! Coffee stain. This is very grubby, this one.
Nothing of interest here. Nothing of interest here.
Huh?
Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest here. Nothing of interest here.
Ah,
These sooty prints were left
yes.
by a tiny hand.
I don't understand why these music scores are covered with soot.
Because the little urchin's gone up the chimney. Has he? I reckon he has. I reckon they've gone up the chimney. Oh, what's that? It's a candle. Yeah, I reckon they've shot up the chimney, Dr. Watson. Oh, there's one. Do you want me to do all this and then I gotta run? Yeah, you happy? Try and get that. There you go. Oh, I gotta go for the tutorial. Run! You can now search the other clues in the room. Thank you! Right. Sorry, we
These
had to get that
documents are
tutorial
not
bit out of the
very
way.
Interesting, even though they're addressed to the Minister of Maritime Affairs.
The Marquis himself.
Yes, okay.
These documents are...
The Marquis himself.
So green signifies we've already looked at it. We've got lots of things to look at here. Let's get our... Oh, do we still have our magnifying glass out then, I take it?
Heading towards his chosen escape route, probably the window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught fire.
But why didn't he try to put the fire out at once?
Maybe he didn't go up the chimney.
Footprints. You are not going to get on your knees to examine them.
There is no need. It is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting out the fire.
Oh, yeah, that could be another explanation, of course. The bell?
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started.
Yeah.
Strange. There are some objects here that have been knocked over.
Is there a secret passage behind the portrait? I've had a look at that. Watson, have you got any bright ideas? Not that I'd ever ask. I'm too proud.
This draft screen makes an ideal hiding place.
As the theft was committed at night, I conclude that the thief hid himself behind the draft screen and waited until he was alone in the room.
It's more likely to be a dressing screen, isn't it? I don't know.
Strange. There aren't any prints. Yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
Anything around the chair?
Not very well kept, this aquarium. I can see a dead fish floating on the surface.
It's like a red fin black shark, is it? I like them. There's a candle on the floor.
Candle. It must have fallen from the chandelier.
Have a look up then. Yes, it did. What else can we find?
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced. All the windows are locked.
Just
They've
get them
not
all
been
ticked
forced.
off. Just in case we need to get all the clues to progress. Ah, we got this little cabinet
The
here.
chest wasn't opened. The necklace wasn't in it.
Well, then why? Well, fine.
What
See
do you
watching?
think, Holmes?
Let us search the room before the police get here. We might throw some light onto all this.
Yeah, okay. Right, fine. Right. It appears that we haven't done enough. Oh, the main door.
When the servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. You're already here.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Ha ha. Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah, but I know that satisfied expression, Mr. Holmes. Have you already solved the case?
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat. But what I cannot understand is that when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants arrived. I don't know how, but there is no other way.
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
I am pleased to see that you find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well then, explain.
Dr. Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Explain, for heaven's sake, Mr. Holmes.
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
I don't know. Because he is very small? Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small and remarkably agile.
You're thinking of a monkey?
And a trained monkey at that, without a doubt, a Leontopithecus rosalia from Central America.
A monkey.
The animal had been hidden inside the room for several hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once night had fallen and the room was empty, a high-frequency whistle alerted the monkey that it was time to begin the procedure for which he had been trained.
It's a very clever
The
monkey.
monkey emerged from his hiding place and used the point of a diamond to open the glass cabinet and steal the necklace. He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then went to the window and began to use his diamond to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor, before hiding inside the chandelier, knocking over a candle. Finally, the servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
A brilliant explanation. Bravo, Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient attention to the only victim of this affair.
The
What
fish.
victim? No one is dead?
Yes, Watson, a poor goldfish.
It's not a
whose
goldfish.
destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
The aquarium is just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium, where they remain now.
Ta-da! I want to find this monkey.
Here is your necklace, intact, just a little wet.
Mr. Holmes, this brilliant demonstration does credit to your reputation.
Thank you so much, Marquis. Do you wish to verify the authenticity of your jewel?
No, I recognize it. I have spent many hours admiring it, you know.
Good. I will return it to its box and
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once. Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
Ah, thank you, Detective
There,
Barnes.
the
He seems to be
necklace
okay,
is in its
doesn't he?
box. We've lost enough time here. Let's go home, Watson.
Hurrah!
Very
Our
well,
first
as
case
you wish.
solved.
A good day to you, Marquis.
With pleasure, gentlemen. And once again, thank you.
This morning's newspaper. Holmes, have you read this article about you?
No, Watson, not yet, and I won't have time to.
Read it before you leave. It's outrageous.
If you insist.
Okay then, let's what is the bad news then, Dr. Watson? Let's
Read
have a
the
look.
paper, Holmes.
I was trying to, Watson. You were just no. Can I? That one. There we go. So the Globe Explorer, September 1898. Sherlock Holmes at the home of Marquis de Conyngham. The investigation is a fiasco. Yesterday, the celebrated detective Sherlock Holmes was invited to the manor of the Marquis de Conyngham to supply his conclusions following his investigation into the disappearance of the priceless Samoan necklace. It should be recalled that the lady called in the detective after the police appeared flummoxed in the face of the astonishing circumstances surrounding the theft. Indeed, a valuable piece of jewellery disappeared while the door to the room in which it was displayed was locked. The alarm was raised by the servants, alerted by the room's service bell ringing out during the night when the Marquis was the only person in possession of the key. Opened the door, everyone rushed in to extinguish the fire that had been started before it was noticed that the necklace had mysteriously vanished. The most astonishing factor is that no thief was found within the room, and all the exits were closed. As usual, Mr. Holmes resolved the case in the twinkling of an eye, and the jewel was recovered. I will not waste my time on the various explanations as to the disappearance because I would prefer to draw your attention, dear readers, to the last surprising development of the case. Following the departure of Sherlock Holmes, who placed the necklace in the safe himself, the Marquis noticed that the jewel was nothing but a poor copy of the original. Let it not be forgotten that the Samoan necklace, although plain and without ornament, is unique because of the rarity of its pearls. Pearls which are found only in the small part of the lagoon of the archipelago of the same name, and to which the scientists attribute their exceptional quality to the strong density of crystal and aragonite that they are made of. The priceless necklace, bought here at the beginning of the century by Lord Fenton Arwick, the Marquis's grandfather, and the eminent explorer, should have been part of her daughter's dowry for her marriage to the Duke of Newcastle. So I am going to place a simple question. Should we not, in all open-mindedness, ask ourselves if the necklace was not simply a deliberately exchanged for a fake by Mr. Holmes himself? I am aware, dear readers, that the brutality of this question, without any preconceptions, may certainly shock some of you. But the facts are there, and our thoughts and judgments should not be confused with the regard to which we all share for the famous detective. It is not the first time that the Globe Explorer has expressed its reservations as to Sherlock Holmes's methods. Do not forget our counter-investigation into the escape of Arsène Lupin, the Frenchman who took malign pleasure from tarnishing the image of our royal family, and who, by lucky chance, managed to elude capture by Mr. Holmes. At the time, we did not hesitate to consider a tacit complicity on the part of the latter. For those who are familiar with Mr. Holmes, it is quite apparent that his character traits show more of the opportunist and brilliant usurper than that of an altruistic defender of the law. I would draw the attention to the readers of the suggestion that the description of this gentleman provided by his friend, Dr. John Watson, through his stories is a long way from the truth. Indeed, his behaviour is derisive, contemptuous, haughty and offensive towards the police, and in particular towards Inspector Baines, replacing Inspector Lestrade, who is currently convalescent. and an habitual abuser of narcotics such as heroin and cocaine. This is why, dear readers, it is important to disregard Sherlock Holmes's good reputation in order to form an objective opinion, and to ask the pertinent questions. Was the necklace that Holmes found already a fake? If that was the case, why did he not mention it, and why should he insist on placing it back within the safe himself? Has the detective some unsavoury interest in the affair, or is it a simple case of deceit in order to steal the extraordinary Samoan necklace? It is up to you, dear readers, to form your own opinions, but you can count upon your humble servant to continue revealing to the public the doubtful methods and motivations of one who, in the future, I shall not hesitate to call Sherlock Holmes the usurper. To be continued. O Farley. Well, I never.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines, the door's open.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that rag?
Well, the necklace, eh?
Inspector, I assume that you have the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
Okay, slander?
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
The necklace is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned it to its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective articles. In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
I find Inspector Barnes a little bit too... I don't know. Too calm? Too... I don't know. Trusting of us? I don't know.
And the Marchioness?
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young woman's dowry.
What a lovely marriage. Holmes, forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewellery?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article. If you will allow me, Inspector?
Be my guest.
Very well.
Very well. Yeah, it seems most... maybe it's just watching detective TV programs and stuff. They're always against the Sherlock Holmes, aren't they? They're always questioning him and his motives and that kind of thing. Right.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Oh, I don't want to speak to you. I wanted to grab that. There we go. Find out if the necklace is authentic or not.
This pearl is too small. It is not in its place here.
Yeah.
This pearl is too...
Oops, I'm doing to click it. They gold at the top there.
These 3 pearls are of poor quality.
They are, aren't they? And we've got black pearl down here.
This pearl is a different color. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
Yes, how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
I have absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Thank you, Inspector.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector. You mentioned a bishop, didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
We're now Dog's Body himself. Where is the map of London, Holmes? It's over here. No, that's. It used to be on this wall, Holmes. What have we done with it?
The work table, where Holmes analyzes things.
Okay. We've got the science bit.
Holmes's homemade analyzer.
Yeah. We've got Dr. Watson's tour of the town. Into the bedrooms. These used to be the bedrooms. They still are the bedrooms. Good. Okay, so that's come over. Where are you off?
This bust was used to fool Colonel Moran during the case of the empty house.
Oh, okay. Let's go first person mode because it may be easier to find bits and pieces. So this is Sherlock Holmes's room, because you can see he's got his wigs. This is from these disguises and wigs were from the Jack the Ripper case, wasn't it? Brilliant. Okay, I don't think we need it in here.
And this is how my dear friend and colleague treats his clients' letters.
Yep, perfect. What have we got here?
Hospitals and dispensaries in London.
Is that the map?
General practitioner.
Yeah.
That won't be of any use to me. Female anatomy. I should put this book somewhere else. The harpoon that was used to kill Black Peter. A horrible murder.
Okay, we didn't do that case.
Have you found my map of London?
No. Oh, I thought this was the door out. Okay. Got newspaper there. We've got a washstand. We've got a typewriter.
Here is where I write my stories about Holmes's cases. And I've got work to do.
Oh, found all the items. Except the map. I still haven't found the bloody map. Oh, they're maps, but they're not. Don't worry, Sherlock, I'll be right there. We've got some maps down here. It's right here.
I have found your map.
It's right here, Sherlock. Right, off to our first location.
The police? Already? How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
What's happened?
What has happened, Reverend?
What?
I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God. How horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Holmes, look!
Oh my goodness me.
Appallingly mutilated.
How dreadful.
Mutilated. And killed. He was such a good man. How could anyone be so brutal? Look at him. He's barely recognizable now. How could any of God's children be responsible for that?
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave, and not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one, therefore we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction board. One thing we can be sure of at the moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen, and indeed it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
Right, so make deductions. Right, wealth. The bishop didn't own anything of value, not even in his safe. Good. Right. Deduction, Knightsbridge. Right, let's find some, oh my goodness me. What's this?
This stove is filled to overflowing.
Oh, he was obviously cold, was he? My goodness me. Finger's been broken. Oh, he's been tortured. Oh.
The fingers have been crushed and violently struck. The fingers have been crushed and violently struck.
What is that?
His stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they
They look
weren't
like puncture
made recently.
wounds.
So, these wounds were not made by his murderers.
No. He's bound. Do we need to look at that, or was that just not too obvious? Nope.
His forearms have been ripped. Pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive.
Eaten?
Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
Interesting. If a little freaky.
A piece of rope that was used to tie up that poor man.
Get that analysed, I suppose. Is there anything else we need to look at? Oh, no. Hunt the pixel. I think we're good. Got a bit of rope. Okay. Oof. Dear oh dear.
His chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and fine blade. You can see by his expression that he suffered terribly.
Oh,
His
yeah.
mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between his teeth. My dear friend, everything points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable,
Has
Holmes.
he gone mad? Did he have some sort of hallucinated drug or something? Is that what made him act like that? Anything? So got all those. Look at his feet now. Oh my goodness me, it doesn't get any better.
These burns are terrible.
They are. So he...
His feet have been burned.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
You? But what does it matter, Holmes?
Well, it might become important.
This poor man was tied just below the knees.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but
Just above the
mostly to
ankles.
free his feet.
My God, Holmes, this man was horribly tortured.
Oh, I've just seen.
A finger. Apparently, it doesn't belong to the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
Oh,
How dreadful.
yeah. Okay. Has that gone green? Yeah, it has. Okay, so we've got all the clues there, it would seem. Okay.
Something is missing here.
Oh, yes? And what might that be?
His shoes. Watson, his shoes are missing.
They are. Maybe they were valuable. But now he's got blood all over his desk.
There is blood on this paperweight. This paperweight was used to crush the victim's fingers.
Ah. Okay.
A broken file and blood near the neck.
What a strange smell. Phew. Chemical components, I think.
Okay. What have we got in there? Rope? Ah. This is what he bound round his waist. Or his stomach to...
It's a cilice,
Cilice,
designed
that's
to
it.
bruise the person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance.
Yeah, so that's the marks around his stomach.
A whip?
No, it is a discipline for self-flagellation. This very pious man must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
Yes. Okay. Well, there's also a safe, which we don't know.
Reverend,
Code for now.
I'm missing something, an implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No, go to the devil!
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
Well, he's being reasonable, Sherlock. Come on. Don't let your ego get in the way. Or was that a small blade?
A surgical scalpel covered in blood. There isn't any doubt. The wounds on the bishop were administered with this scalpel.
Right, we got the Reverend there. Oh, there's still some stuff down here.
A broken bottle of whiskey. However, the Bishop of Knightsbridge was known for his sobriety.
Okay.
A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
It would seem that the brutes who tortured the bishop to death were intoxicated with alcohol.
Possibly.
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander of the infantry brigade of Her Majesty's Guards at Waterloo.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge has the same name as his ancestor, an illustrious family.
Ah, indeed. Okay. So look down here. Oh, we've had a look at those. Why are you still showing blue then? What have I missed? Ah, that.
This metal rod is for fastening the chilice.
No, I suspect that will be that gone green. It will, right. Can we use that little tool? No, I can't.
I am missing some information.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping. Oh, we got that tool selected. But it doesn't seem to. No, okay. It's not for that. It's not for that. Maybe we stab the bishop, do we? Or the sorry, we stab the Reverend to get what we need.
Watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how to make them talk, that is.
It's child's play, Watson. We will begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend who was so impatient to call the police.
Okay, so question 1.
Size 9.5.
These ones?
Size 9. Size 9. Size 9.5. Size 9. Size 9.
Size 9. Right. Let's have a look. Hobnails?
Hobnail boots like those worn by labourers. Hobnail boots like those worn by labourers.
It's got a brand on it, is it?
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a labourer's shoe. A fragment of stone. Peculiar. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles. Hobnail boots like those worn by labourers.
Anything else?
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes,
we've
and
got
it seems
everything, haven't we?
recent. It is not a labourer's shoe.
Right. Question 1. How many criminals were there? 3?
Perfect. We now know that there were 3 crooks.
Question 2. What do the footprints reveal? One man joined those who were already in the room. Possibly. One man left the room wearing different shoes. Possibly. One man was carried out so not to leave footprints. Oh yeah, hang on. So we've got... Hang on. Let's have a look. So which way is this in? Because we got... that was a size 9. That was... No, that was... Oh, hang on. What was that? 9.5?
Size 9. Size 9.5.
That was size 9.
Size 9.
So which way's in the room? Which one's out of the room?
Size 9.5. Size 9.
So he could have come out, if this is out, with better shoes. So one man left the room wearing different shoes.
Strange but true. One of the crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes when he left here. Therefore, we have 3 men who came in and left again, but one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he came in with.
So, all we have to do is look for a workman who likes Italian shoes.
Yes. Case solved. Right. If you need anything else, I'll be on my way.
I cannot leave now.
Oh, okay. We know Sherlock's getting really touchy. Okay.
This door has not been forced. Where does it lead, Reverend?
To His Excellency's room. There is just a mattress and a stool.
The bishop's bedroom. It is very austere. Nothing in particular here.
Okay. What's through here?
Closed. The veranda door hasn't been forced. Strange. Reverend, might I have the key?
No! You have no authority here. Let me call the police.
Perhaps we should listen to him, Holmes.
Perhaps you should let me get on with this, Watson.
Can we kick said door in?
Closed.
Okay. What else we got? Any chandeliers? No. Have we got all the clues from around here? Looks like we do. We've got that which he won't give us access to. The bed which there's nothing much to report on. Can't get in there. We got the knife from there.
Let us look at our deduction board, Watson.
Okay. Here we go. So, the bishop didn't anything of value. So, lack. The bishop's shoes are missing. Yes. Shoes. One of the murderers in different shoes. Yeah. Therefore, one of the murderers is a member of the clergy. One of the murderers left wearing the bishop's shoes. Ergo, one of the murderers sells shoes. The murderers are poor. One of the murderers came back for the shoes. Did they come back for the shoes? No, they're poor, I think. So, wealth. The bishop didn't own anything. The veranda wasn't searched. The murderers were looking for something specific. The murderers got the wrong person. The bishop took the murderers by surprise. They were looking for something specific. The murderers were poor, looking for something specific. They were hired by somebody. The murderers searched for the bishop's shoes. Possibly he wants to steal from the bishop, right? The chest. Murderers were unable to open the safe. The victim was savagely tortured. Penitence. The bishop was mortifying himself as it was used to pain. He resisted torture. Punished himself too severely. I reckon he resisted torture. Thus they burnt his feet. He was used to pain. The murderers came here to kill the bishop? No, unlikely. The bishop's murderers got what they wanted. I don't think they did get what they wanted. Ah, that's gone green. Okay, so we got some more deductions. Bishop gnawed at himself. Yep, that's true. Flask. Broken flask has some blood on the top. The murderers made the bishop drink blood. Unlikely. The murderers made the bishop drink the contents of the flask. Possibly. Right, let's go up. So we've got those two. We didn't get these ones right. Came back for the shoes. I don't know.
Perfect.
Ah, there we go.
It is evident that the Bishop of Knightsbridge's killers were after something specific, and that they did not find it. Reverend, I shall ask you one more time. Open the chest. The item they were seeking must still be inside. It is unlikely that they will let this matter rest. They will most certainly return to finish what they started.
And I'm telling you once more, the chest is locked and shall remain so.
Very well. We have reached an impasse. You are a stubborn man, Reverend. Watson, accompany our friend to the police station and return with Inspector Baines. Baines and no one else. I shall wait for you here. Go. Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
Right, let's kick the door in. Right. Where are we going to look then, Sherlock? Can we kick that open?
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see.
Right, there we go. How do we pick locks? Oh, I see. We need to make that. That's okay. So we need to go down, actually. Down, then up, or down, then up again.
There we are. It is simplicity itself. There isn't anything much in this room. It must be used as a reading or meditation room.
Right. Oh, but we've got a dead crow.
An ink stain.
Oh,
quite
ink stain.
fresh. This stain is just on the edge of the rug. Let's see. There is nothing on the floor, yet the ink must have soaked through the rug.
As the rug has been moved.
An ink stain.
There we go. The rug has been swindled round. What's that?
Apparently someone wanted to hide this statue. This inkwell was tipped over recently. The ink stain on the floor comes from the ink on the rug, but they are not in the same place. Someone has moved the rug recently. This horse resembles a large chess piece.
Ah, yes, it's a knight.
There is a message underneath this statue. Let's see.
Unknown message. What a lack of imagination. Use your passion for chess. The last square on which the knight will place himself after having covered all the others will be the right one. Right.
This
Right.
message was written by a woman, but for whom was it intended? Interesting, this chess game.
Yes, indeed. Right, let's move the rug then.
That is curious. There is something strange on the floor. Certain stones have been marked out, just like a chessboard.
Right. It's a bit small for a
That
chessboard.
is curious. There is something strange on the floor. I
Okay.
need something.
Alright, okay. Do you need the horse? Or the knight? Right. So knights can move in like a L shape, can't they? So you can go into that corner. You can go there. You can go there. You can go there. Oh no, he's outside the board there. Sorry. You can go there. You can go there. You can go there. You can go there. You can go there or there. Or there. Oh no, that's outside the board again. I keep doing that. You can go there. 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 Or there. Or indeed there. And there. And there. Well, I assume I can go over old ground. Can I? No. Oh, I'm going to have to restart this, aren't I? Damn, I've painted myself. Oh, no, I can go there.
That's not right. Start again.
Oh. Okay. Okay. There. 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 Well, be very careful how we paint this. If we keep going around in a circle, I'm hoping that will do the job, but might not. Now, do we go there? Do we go there? We'll go there. We can go there. From there, we can go to there. Yeah, okay. There's a pathway. I could go either way here. Got it.
That's not right. Start
Oh,
again.
what? That was perfect. It's the square that was left over, wasn't it? And what was the clue? I thought that was what I had to do. Use your passion for chess. The last square on which the knight will place himself after having covered all the others. Oh, I need to wipe the entire board. Gotcha. Okay, let's try that again then. Go back there. We'll stick to the outside and then pop in. Do I do the middle? I'm gonna go there. Then there. I can do the middle there.
That's not right. Start again.
Well, it's got to be like a logical going around the corner. So if we can get the edges done, it's like doing a jigsaw, isn't it? There you go. So you got a nice sequence of order here. That way. It's got to be that one. There's no other option. Where should we go? It's got to be that. Yeah, we can go. Should we stick to the outside? We could go in the middle, or we could continue to go around the outside. We've done the middle before and it hasn't worked for us, so that's the only option we've got. So we could go middle again, but we're going to try and leave middle, I think. So we've only got that one. So it's got to be that one. And it's got to be that one. Oh, hang on. Hello. Done it. Flipping Nora. Should be a good one. Right.
I need something. I need something.
What do you need? A helping finger? A stone fragment? Where's our pin? Oh, we still got the pin. Pocket knife, maybe. Let's try the pocket knife. There we go. Right, so the Reverend's hidden letters. 24th of the Reverend's hidden letters, not the actual bishop. 24th of April, my love. What a beautiful spring, and what a marvellous day. Our dear youngest child's birthday. Every moment is so precious as our child blossoms, and, without a doubt, he will soon be talking. I am sure that his first words will be for you. He misses you so much, as do I. Are you sure you cannot get away on Sunday after Vespers? I thought that... okay, just trails off. 14th of September, my darling, I know that you think I'm insistent, but we absolutely must legitimize our union. We cannot live in sin all our lives. 3rd of March, rest assured, my dear, that I understand your position is not easy, but have you thought about ours, the children's and mine? And I cannot allow our children's futures to be compromised. Think about it, my love. What is a so-called scandal next to the well-being of our family? We must become husband and wife legally to finally form a real fam. Yes, the Reverend's a little bit,
A packet of letters addressed to the Reverend. They were written by a woman who mentions his illegitimate children. Their affair isn't official. Perfect. I have you now, my wayward Reverend.
I have you now. Sounds like Darth Vader when he's trying to shoot down Luke Skywalker. I have you now. Right. Oh, I've been locked in. I'm free.
Ah, Watson, you were gone a terribly long time, and Inspector Baines isn't with you?
I'm afraid not, Holmes. We were unable to find him.
Dr. Watson would not allow me to contact any inspector other than this Baines. What manners! I am a man of the church.
My dear Reverend, I notice that you are a chess lover. I trust you will excuse me, but I am never able to resist the appeal of a half-finished game.
You are an expert at chess. Very well then. What do you want now?
As you might have guessed, resolving your small chess problem has allowed me to discover some very interesting letters.
Letters? What do they say?
Reverend, why hide these letters here and run the risk of the bishop finding them?
Holmes, what's in the letters?
Not now, Watson.
Where else could I have hidden them? My own chambers are too austere. They could offer no cover. I knew, however, that His Excellency, may he rest in peace, would not notice my game.
The contents of the Bishop of Knightsbridge's chest interest me greatly. Give me the elements you hold, Reverend.
Out of the question.
Corruption.
With the bishop no more, you are therefore the apostolic director of the diocese, are you not?
Well, yes, but only until someone else is appointed.
I am certain that the Honourable Bishop of York, whom I have the privilege of knowing well enough for him to listen to what I have to say, would recognize your qualities for the post.
If I receive new responsibilities, it will be through my faith and devotion, nothing else.
I am a
Blackmail.
gentleman, and it would distress me to be obliged to pass this correspondence across to your superiors.
Holmes, I know that the end justifies the means, but allow me to express some reservations about how you are proceeding.
You say you're a gentleman, but I hear nothing but the words of a blackmailer. The stems that you are looking for are scattered about this room. Manage by yourself.
Right. Oh, right, okay. What are these? Oh, okay. There's 3 of the little pins things. Good. Where are the others? Well, a bit of blackmail always works, doesn't it? Was that them? Was that the only ones we needed to find? Let's have a look. We got 3. I feel we need more. I'm not really sure. Oh, that one goes there. Got 2 in. How do I know? Interesting. When that was there, I can get that. Is it that one and that one? I'm just guessing. I think we need to find some more clues. Where are they, Reverend? Where are they? Where are they? Are they probably going to be in here, some of them, maybe? Otherwise, why bother having a whole room just for one clue? There we go. It's another one. Is 4 going to be enough? Let's go into the conservatory. Now we know what we're looking for. Yeah. Nope. Oh, yep. Thank you very much. They weren't the ones I wanted to look at. The ones by the plant is what I wanted to look at. There's another one.
You have won.
Evidently, as I always do. What are you able to tell us about the Bishop of Knightsbridge's last days? Did anyone come to visit him? Did he seem worried, anxious? Do not omit the smallest detail.
His nephew came to see him yesterday at His Excellency's request. I found this visit a little peculiar because the young man rarely visits his uncle.
Do you know why that might be? Were they on bad terms?
I don't think so. It's rather a consequence of his work. The young man is employed within the archives section of the Royal Library, which doesn't leave him with a lot of free time.
Do you know the reason for his summons?
No, but the conversation was very heated. It only lasted for a few minutes and ended with the nephew in a terrible rage.
Interesting.
I've answered your questions. Will you now let me contact the authorities?
I'm afraid not, Reverend. Not just yet. All right, now we can open the safe.
Okay, we've got the pins. Right, what's the clue? Well, I know I had that one and that one in, and there was one up here, wasn't there? No. Okay. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Okay, so we had that one, that one. Is it just... Okay. Got 4 in. Oh. George Scott. I'm sure I've missed a clue to get this, because oh, okay, we've got 5 in now. Oh, it's the movement of a knight, isn't it? Because you get the knight sit there and there, so a knight can go there. Then he can go there, or he can go there. He can go there, go there. Oh, no, maybe not then. There? No. It's not the movement of a knight then. Well, it was... Oh, God. That one, no. Oh, I can't remember where they were now. That one? Yeah, okay. Back to where we were. Yeah. I don't know. But that stays in. Oh, I see. They can't be on the same line. Oh. Gotcha. Gotcha. So that can't be there. That can't be there. Can't be there. Can't be there. Can't be there. Can't possibly. It could possibly. No. Right. I think. Okay. So. I think that's what it is. I think we can't be. So if we start in a corner. So we can't be on those 3 lines. Right. So can't be there. Can't be there. Can't be there. So we go to the next one. Can't be there. Can be there. Can't be there. Can? No, because those 2 will clash with each other. Okay, that can't be there. Right. This one. Can't be there. Can be there. Can't be there because of that one. Can't be there because of that one or that one. Can't be there because of that one. That's good. No, they're out. They're out. That's out. That is a possibility. Oh, didn't see that one. Okay. Well, those... Okay, we've got 4 in like that. So, we've got this row here. You can't be in there because of that one comes down there. So we could be there. Because we're safe diagonally. Can't be there, can't be there. There. Could be there. Oh, one more to go. Come on. There.
Now I can open
Boom.
the chest.
Oh, I just had to figure out what it was. Couldn't be in line of sight. Ah.
Here we are.
Got there.
I am eager to discover what remarkable treasure could justify such an act of barbarity.
Extraordinary.
This chest is impenetrable. How is it
See the
possible?
necklace.
No one other than the bishop should be able to open it.
You open the chest with disconcerting ease, Holmes.
Yes.
I've seen and heard quite enough. This time you won't stop me.
Catch him, Watson.
What the?
But why?
Shoot
Run,
him!
Watson. Hurry.
Shoot him! Maybe don't shoot him. But we have solved the... Well. Oh.
He's escaped. I hope that your motivations are founded, Holmes. I don't much like skirting around the edges of the law like this.
It is annoying. Let's leave without delay.
What have you found in the chest, Holmes? What in there is so precious for these men to commit such terrible acts?
The Reverend was telling the truth. Nothing important was locked inside the chest, apart from a few religious items which are hardly worth stealing.
So, we haven't made any headway. Perhaps the police will.
By the time the police arrive, we shall be a long way from here, Watson. We are leaving.
Right. Back to Baker Street. Go, Watson. Let's go. Baker Street, I guess. There we go.
We have crossed London at a breakneck speed. We could have knocked someone over. And naturally, I had to pay the cabbie out of my own pocket.
Watson, stop complaining. We have to analyze the clues found at the bishop's house.
Yes. Okay, so let's have a look then. We've got the microscope first of all. What have we got to look at? Oh, the rope.
I have cut a small piece off the rope. That should be enough.
Okay.
This rope is only worn on one side.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. It's got flecks of stone in it.
I need something.
Oh, acid? No. Oh, here we go. We've got tools. Scalpel, pincers. There we go. Which end do we pinch with?
A lot of fragments of black stone are wedged into this rope. Their color seems unnatural, but they are too small for me to examine them. Black and damp earth.
Okay. Do you see anything else?
This rope is only worn on one side.
How do I put that? There you go. Okay, what we got? A brush. What's that? Something in water.
I need something. I can see something. I can't do...
Okay.
I haven't finished my analysis.
I know, I accidentally clicked away. I do apologise. Let's try that again with the scalpel.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Fine. I don't want to put acid or anything with it.
I can see something.
Okay, so how do I collect that for analysis?
I can't do that.
Okay, who will stop me if I do a blunder?
I can't do that.
Good. Is it that tool at the back I need or I can't get? There we go.
I can't do that.
Good. Right, let's have a look at this then. Gnawed off. By the looks of it.
Black and damp earth under the nail. Interesting.
There's the teeth marks, look.
Tooth marks. Rather deep ones. I'd say of incisors. And a canine.
So we gotta look for a workman. Is that coal? Don't know what it is.
Fragments of skin. A phalanx. This finger wasn't cut off. It was ripped off.
Yeah.
Fragments of skin. A phalanx. This finger wasn't cut off. It was ripped off.
Good. I think we've got everything on there, haven't we?
I haven't finished my analysis. I can't do that.
Okay.
I can't. Fragments of skin.
No, nothing I need to do there. Can I pick that
I
up then?
must compare the samples of earth that I found.
Bite marks on this severed finger. I am afraid of the significance.
The thieves didn't get what they wanted. When they were faced with the bishop's refusal to cooperate, one of the gang shook his finger at him to indicate that he was responsible for his unfortunate state.
And the poor man, whose head was the only part of him not bound by ropes, bit the finger violently enough to sever it. An uncommonly savage act.
Watson, I am certain that when we have explained the reasons behind this sudden bestiality, we will have revealed a larger part of the mystery. There is something written on this scalpel. I should clean it.
Okay, let's get some water on there then.
I can't do that.
Okay, get the brush.
Ah, I can make out WCCH. What do the initials stand for? How many hospitals are there in the Whitechapel area, Watson?
If we count public dispensaries, enough to keep us busy for an entire month. Did this scalpel come from a hospital?
Yes, as the initials WCCH engraved upon it show us. We must think on how best to deal with this. We do not have the time to investigate every hospital in Whitechapel.
Okay, and
This
final?
fragment of stone is very smooth, and it seems to be of a peculiar quality. I shall have to strip it with one of my products.
Or acid then.
This stone appears...
Sorry, go on.
I can see something. I can see something. I can't do that. This stone is granite, covered in black paint. The fragments found in the rope and this piece of granite come from the same place.
Interesting. Interesting. So we've done part of our analysis. We're going to have to analyze the dirt and the stone another time. But we'll leave it there. The game is afoot, as they like to say. The adventure is on, and the investigation is open. Who killed the bishop and why? We'll try and solve this in the following episodes. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.